Owl is back, and week 1 of the summer stage was electric. Between changed up rosters, upsets, and a slightly different meta, there were lots of players that stood out. So here is my team of the week. This was the toughest decision for rookie of the week so far, but ultimately I decided on Spectra. I gave Knife, Johnbin, and Liar a lot of thought, but the level of consistency that Spectra showed while playing to the highest degree gave him the edge. Without his clutch plays on Echo, Tracer, and May, there's a decent chance Vancouver comes out on top in the Battle of Canada, and Toronto's win over the Valiant wouldn't be nearly as dominant. He has seamlessly enriched the team culture and has already developed good synergy with Hydron and Kaluge on the dives. If he keeps this up, he'll be a serious contender for Rookie of the Year. The first tank of the week is Someone. He shoved Fearless into a locker and sent Punk to hell. The premier Hyperflex tank of Owl was back in full force. He played Winston, Ramatra, Reinhardt, Sigma, and Junker Queen, and he was dominant on all of it as per usual. He went deathless and deadlifted on Midtown versus the Titans. He is just that guy. It seemed like he had as many final blows as Punk had deaths. And name one other person in this league who is locking Reinhardt on Ambani first defense and winning against the Outlaws. There are exactly 0 people in this league, in the history of this entire league, who has done that. Tell me who else has that type of impact while being practically AFK in the fights? No one else. Someone is a genetic freak with a rare off-tank and main tank hybrid gene that no one has ever seen before. The second tank of the week is Johnbin. This guy is a baller. When most Owl players hit the wrecking wheel, they just execute their job. Like Fate and Mag are not doing anything crazy. They aren't out here doing any of the tech shown off on the Reddit montages, but Johnbin just does. He is breathing pure, undiluted hamster. Johnbin is actually the creator of the Bonchon secret recipe, but he is a liar. He is a fraud because it is not Bonchon chicken. It is Bonchon hamster. This rodent gameplay needs to be showcased in a museum. It is a thing of beauty. He was everywhere on the map at once. He unlocked teleportation. He was swinging into everyone, bro. But it wasn't just the roly-poly. He also played well on Winston and Ramatra. This is closer to the Johnbin that was supposed to take this league by storm. And while he isn't at that point yet, he is on the right track. The Hitscan of the week is Seeker, but I guess Hitscan is kind of a weird role right now because it's a lot of Sombra, Tracer, and Echo depending on the team, but not for Seeker. Even though he was kind of quiet against Toronto, the disproportionate amount of work he put in for the Battle of LA was something to behold. He was the idea. He was the game plan. He was the problem. He gave no fucks. He ran it down like he had 1500 HP. And when you're one-shotting everyone in your path, it doesn't matter if you have 1 HP or 200 HP, you're not the one dying. While his ambition got him into trouble numerous times, it was a necessary risk to take control of the lobby. His mere presence exerted so much pressure that by the end of the game, everything revolved around what he was doing. Kevster was hunting him down like he killed his dog. Seeker is continuing to show that he belongs in this league and that it is laughable that teams passed him up before he landed on the Valiant. The flex DPS of the week is Zest. Despite the Infernal's relative success in the spring stage, Zest was a bit quieter than anticipated. However, in the recent weeks before the midseason madness, he was amping it up. And now, he's had one of the most dominant Tracer performances of the season. In the Infernal's 3-0 thrashing of the Spark, Zest had 2 deathless maps and only died twice total. That's good for a 0.7 deaths per 10 against what was the best team in the region. And against Pokerface, he was easily the best player in the lobby. Zest seems to be back in his MVP candidate form from last year, and that is disastrous news for every other team in the East. If the Infernal try out the Echo comp to get MN3 the fuck off Sombra, things will never be the same. The bonus DPS of the week is Decay. He looked like a top 500 player sent into a Masters lobby against the Houston Outlaws. He was running circles against a top 2 backline in the league. He factory reset Happy back to his season 2 Widow one-trick form. Against Decay, bro looked completely lost on the character he just plays second on. And as much as we want to say that in the Vegas series, Knife diffed him, He really didn't. Knife definitely kept up and they were trading blows back and forth, but Decay was the guy in the driver's seat. He was the better neutral tracer. If Decay ever learns how to use his pulse bomb within like a minute of getting it, he'll be unstoppable. The flex support of the week is MCD. Maybe Dallas did just go to the park and beat up some children, but those were some big kids, okay? Pokerface and O2 Blast aren't slouches, and even without relying on Johnbin to carry them on off tank, they 6-0'd. MCD, being a competent Ana, was a huge part of that. He was consistently shutting down dives on his own, but he also found time to use his cooldowns offensively without jeopardizing his life. He and Bliss clearly gained more synergy over the break, and they both bailed each other out of precarious situations that previously would have resulted in death. This could be a sign of good things to come for the Fuel, as MCD was a pain point last stage, but it could also be Owl players being better than Contenders players, so I don't know. The main support of the week is Chorong. He's back at it again with the Goon Squad. You put this guy on Kiriko, he will find value on the off angle in some capacity while giving Checkmate the best pocket of his life. Find you a man who can do both. And of course his break was once again simply world class. He put his Roll Star rival Violet in the dirt with his trademark aggression and genius play. Bro even whipped out the Zenyatta, solidifying his title as the most flexible main support in the league. Sure, sometimes he just got bored and bashed inside the enemy or used Transcendence for no reason, but that's why he's the GOAT. You just wouldn't understand. You can't understand. The bonus support of the week is the owner of Liar Zhang Tower, the white boy Chio himself, Liar. This man pulled out one of the most insane main support clutches this world has ever seen. The Bliss clutch from earlier this year pales in comparison. Dallas maybe would have won that without his pop off. If Liar does not do this, the Valiant do not win this series. They do not get their first win of the season. There is no speculation to be had. Liar saved the game. He put his team on his back in the most crucial of moments. He booped Funny Astro, one of the most highly regarded Lucio players in the sport, off the map 3 times in a row. It does not get better than that. He literally could not do more. The confines of the game prevent him from doing any more in that fight. And even besides this historic event, he had himself a good week. If the rest of the summer stage is going to be like this, we are in for one hell of a time. But let me know who I snubbed in the comments down below. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe for more Overwatch League content. Have yourself a good one. Deuces.